Consider this. What makes us who we are? Is it our actions, our intentions, or perhaps the roles we choose to play in society? Let's delve into this thought-provoking question through the powerful poem by the renowned Nepali poet Purna Biram, titled, Who Am I? Once upon a time, I stopped a group of children on their way to school. With a wave of my hand, I asked them to pause for a moment. From the pocket of my coat, I pulled out a packet of leaves. I handed each child one leaf, reminding them to always keep it close, for danger lurks in every corner, and the leaf would protect them. But as I tied the leaf, I wondered, who am I? Next, I saw a woman being stared at by a fish in the market. Her eyes were moist. A child was licking her tears, sobbing. There was a ripple of sorrow in her heart. I tore the buttons of my blouse in the crowd and showed the fish my breasts. The crying child ran towards me and I breastfed him. When the child burped, some of my milk spilled. I wiped it off with my scarf. The crowd laughed and a loud voice echoed, "Mad woman!" So am I mad? Who am I? In Janakpur, the Musahars were trading birds in Ratna Park. They were doing petty business. The parrots were quiet, the other birds were chirping. I had raised a black flag against the minister years ago. For this crime, the court had punished me. I was in jail. Feeling the shackles, a rebellion grew in my heart. I announced, "I'll buy all the birds." The Musahars were surprised. I opened my purse and showed them the fresh notes. I bought all the birds at the offered price. I released all the birds from their cages. All the birds flew away. There is nothing as precious as freedom here. That's why people give their lives for freedom. The birds flew into the vast sky. Where they go doesn't matter. I freed all the birds from their cages and set all the cages on fire. I put on a spectacle. The crowd cheered me, but again I asked myself, who am I? Once a man who had never spoken a word came to my room late at night with a big jute bag. I took off all my clothes. I kicked my modesty out of the room. He looked at me from top to bottom. Look at my breasts, my thighs. Look closely at my eyes and lips. He allowed me to dress. He advised me not to worry. Nothing had happened. I've been eating pills, and the blood test says I'm fine. He didn't infect me with anything. He didn't fly like a bee to sting me. He only touched my flesh. In a house where there's no one but him and me. So am I a prostitute? Who am I? On a cold day, a parade was taking place in the courtyard. A group of soldiers was heading north. Defending the border is their duty. I went out into the yard and asked them to stop for a moment. They stiffened their boots like salutes. I gave them my gold earrings, my nose pin, the bangles I had worn since childhood. I advised them to go south instead. I suggested selling all the jewelry and buying some more weapons to defend the border. The soldiers headed south instead of north. So, who am I to send the soldiers south? Who am I? This poem beautifully captures the struggles and the multifaceted roles of a woman in society. It also emphasizes the importance of individual freedom, the desire for peace, and the willingness to challenge societal norms. So at the end of it all, the question remains, who am I?